The land reveals itself slowly, as if waking from a long and troubled sleep. Its mountains are ancient storytellers, their jagged peaks clawing at a sky of impossible blue. They are immense, formidable structures of rock and ice, standing guard over valleys that cradle secrets both beautiful and terrifying. From above, this world appears as a crumpled parchment map, etched with the deep, dark lines of ravines and the faint, shimmering threads of rivers. It is a landscape of raw, untamed power, a place that has resisted conquest for millennia, not through armies, but through its sheer, uncompromising geography. The scale is almost impossible to comprehend. A single valley can hold a lifetime of journeys. Here, the wind is the true sovereign. It whispers across the high passes, a constant, mournful song that carries the scent of wild thyme and dry earth. It sculpts the dunes in the southern deserts, creating waves of sand that shift and reform with the passing of each day. This is a land of extremes. The sun beats down with a fierce intensity, bleaching the very stones, while the nights bring a cold so profound it feels as if the stars themselves are made of ice. The air is thin and pure, carrying sound for miles. One can hear the distant clatter of falling scree or the lonely cry of a bird, each sound amplified by the immense emptiness. This rugged canvas is home to a surprising tenacity of life. Hardy grasses cling to the stony slopes, their roots finding purchase in the most unforgiving cracks. In the spring, if the snows have been kind, the valleys explode in a brief, defiant bloom of color. Wild tulips and irises push their way through the thawing soil, a fleeting testament to the resilience that defines this place. This is not a gentle, nurturing environment. It is a world where survival is an art form, perfected over countless generations by every living thing, from the smallest insect to the most magnificent predator. The beauty here is not soft, it is earned. Yet to witness this landscape is to feel a profound sense of awe. It is a world stripped down to its very essence: rock, sky, wind, and light. The sheer majesty of the mountains humbles the human spirit, reminding us of our own fleeting existence in the face of geological time. The vast, open spaces seem to promise a kind of freedom, an escape from the clutter of the modern world. But this promise is a fragile one. The same emptiness that inspires awe can also harbor a deep and unsettling quiet. A silence that speaks not of peace, but of things left unsaid, of stories held captive by the unblinking gaze of the peaks. Listen closely. The silence in these valleys is not an absence of sound, but a complex symphony of its own. It is composed of the gentle hiss of sand skittering across rock, the faint, percussive drip of meltwater from a high ledge, and the almost imperceptible rustle of a lizard darting into a crevice. These are the quiet heartbeats of a land holding its breath. The dominant sound is the wind, a restless spirit that never truly sleeps. It moans through narrow gorges, whistles over sharp ridges, and sighs across the vast open plains. It is a voice that can be both a soothing lullaby and a chilling premonition, its tone shifting with the landscape and the time of day. In the more sheltered groves, where ancient pistachio and almond trees still stand, the soundscape changes. Here the wind's voice is softer, a gentle murmur through the leaves. It is joined by the hum of insects and the territorial calls of choughs and finches. A river, born from the glacial heart of the mountains, adds its own constant, rushing narrative. Its waters tumble over smooth grey stones, a sound that speaks of journeys, of movement, of a relentless push towards the lowlands. This is the sound of life, a liquid artery pumping through the dry heart of the country. promising sustenance to those who live along its banks. But a new kind of silence has fallen upon this ancient symphony. It is a human silence, one of caution and restraint. The boisterous sounds of village life have grown muted. The laughter of children, once a common melody in the dusty alleyways, is now a rarer, more precious sound. The vibrant music that once spilled from homes and gatherings has been stilled, replaced by a quiet watchfulness. People move with a deliberate slowness, their voices low, their conversations guarded. It is the silence of a people who have learned that sound can be dangerous, that joy can attract unwanted attention. This quiet is most profound where nature and humanity meet. A shepherd guides his flock across a hillside, his calls to the animals soft and rhythmic, careful not to carry too far. Women, once a source of lively chatter at the communal well, now gather their water with a silent efficiency, their eyes downcast, their presence fleeting. The air, once filled with the sounds of commerce, debate, and celebration, now hangs heavy and still. It is a silence layered with tension, a quiet that is not peaceful but pregnant with an unspoken dread, a collective holding of breath against an uncertain future. The human presence here is etched into the landscape, as ancient as the mountains themselves. Villages of sun-dried mud brick cling to the hillsides, their walls the color of the earth from which they were born. They seem to grow organically from the ground, blurring the line between the natural and the man-made. For centuries, life in these places has followed the rhythms of the sun and the seasons. The planting of wheat, the tending of flocks, the gathering of the harvest, these are the rituals that have defined existence. A deep sense of community, forged by shared hardship and mutual reliance, has been the bedrock of this society. But a shadow has fallen across these walls, a presence that alters the very light. The new rulers have brought with them an order built on restriction, a creed that seeks to control not just actions, but thoughts and aspirations. The most visible change is in the lives of women. They have become ghosts in their own land, their vibrant colors replaced by the stark uniformity of the burqa. Their world has shrunk to the confines of their homes, their voices silenced in the public square. The right to learn, to work, to simply walk freely under the open sky has been stripped away, layer by layer. This suppression casts a long and chilling pall over daily life. The schools that once echoed with the recitations of young girls now stand quiet, their gates locked. The clinics where female doctors and nurses tended to their communities are now staffed only by men, creating an impossible barrier for women seeking care. The bustling markets, once a space for social interaction and commerce for all, have become a strictly male domain. The erasure is systematic, a deliberate effort to remove half the population from public view, to confine their boundless potential to the shadows of domesticity. The men, too, live under a constant, watchful eye. Their beards must be of a certain length, their prayers observed with public diligence. The simple joy of flying a kite, a beloved tradition, is now a forbidden act. Music, that universal language of the human soul, has been declared a corrupting influence, its melodies banished from the airwaves and public spaces. A pervasive fear has seeped into the community, a fear of misspeaking, of making a wrong move, of attracting the attention of the men with guns who patrol the streets. Their authority, absolute and unquestionable. The ancient rhythms of life have been disrupted by a new, rigid, and unforgiving metronome. The rivers of this land are its lifeblood, their courses charting paths of survival through an arid world. The Helmand, the Hari, The Panshir. These are more than just bodies of water. They are living histories, their currents carrying tales of empires, migrations, and the simple, enduring patterns of village life. Their banks, lined with poplars and willows, have always been places of gathering. Here, children have splashed in the shallows, women have washed clothes while sharing stories, and farmers have diverted the precious water to irrigate their fields of wheat and melon. The river's song has always been one of continuity and promise, but now the river seems to sing a more mournful tune. Its waters reflect a deep and pervasive struggle that grips the nation. A crippling drought, a consequence of changing weather patterns, has seen many of the smaller tributaries run dry. The great rivers themselves are diminished, their flow sluggish and weak. The parched earth cracks under a relentless sun, and fields that once yielded bountiful harvests now lie fallow, covered in a shroud of dust. The promise of the water is fading, replaced by the grim reality of scarcity, a struggle for the most basic element of life. This natural hardship is compounded by a man-made crisis. With the withdrawal of international support, the fragile systems that once helped sustain the population have collapsed. The flow of aid, like the flow of the rivers, has dwindled to a trickle. This has left millions adrift in a sea of poverty. Food is scarce, and the specter of hunger haunts every household. Families are forced to make impossible choices, selling their last possessions, even their own children, to survive. The humanitarian struggle is a quiet, desperate war being fought in every village and every city slum. The riverbanks, once scenes of communal life, are now often places of quiet desperation. People gather not to celebrate, but to gaze at the receding water, their faces etched with worry. The laughter of playing children is replaced by the hollow coughs of the malnourished. The displacement is immense. Families abandon their ancestral lands, their fields turn to desert, and drift towards the cities in a desperate search for work that does not exist. They become refugees in their own country, their lives as uncertain and transient as the dust devils that dance across the plains. The river's lament is the sound of a nation's deep and aching thirst. In the high remote valleys, where the authority of the central government has always been, pretty tenuous, life continues with a semblance of its ancient rhythm. Here, the snow leopard, a creature of almost mythical elusiveness, still hunts the ibex along the high ridges. Its presence is a symbol of the wild, untamable spirit of this land. These valleys are sanctuaries, not just for rare wildlife, but for traditions that have resisted the winds of change. The communities here are fiercely independent, their codes of honor and hospitality as unyielding as the granite cliffs that surround them. They are bound to their land by blood and memory. Yet, even in these isolated realms, the echoes of the new order reverberate. The traders who once brought goods and news from the cities now bring stories of restrictions and fear. The young men who travel for work return with a new caution in their eyes, their demeanor changed. The silence that has fallen upon the lowlands creeps slowly upwards, carried on the wind. There is a sense of being watched, even here. Drones, silent and unseen, may pass overhead, their electronic eyes mapping the terrain, observing the movements of those below. The feeling of isolation, once a source of strength, now feels more like vulnerability. The tension manifests in subtle ways. A gathering of elders by the stream breaks up a little more quickly than it used to. A stranger arriving in the village is met not with the customary open hospitality, but with a guarded curiosity, a questioning of their purpose. The stories told around the fire at night are quieter, the laughter more subdued. The fear is not of a direct daily presence, but of a potential one. It is the fear that the long arm of the regime might one day reach into their sanctuary, bringing with it the same rigid rules and punishments that have, suffocated life elsewhere. This undercurrent of unease exists in stark contrast to the breathtaking beauty of the surroundings. A golden eagle may soar majestically in the thermals above, a vision of absolute freedom, while below, the people in the village weigh their words and watch the horizon. This duality is the central paradox of life here now. The natural world offers a vision of untamed liberty, while the human world is increasingly defined by its absence. The echoes in the valley are the sound of these two realities colliding, the call of the wild and the whisper of fear. The golden eagle has long been a symbol of power and freedom in this part of the world. Its command of the sky, its keen vision, its fierce independence, all have been sources of inspiration. To watch one soar effortlessly above the highest peaks is to witness nature in its most majestic state. These birds are masters of their domain, navigating the treacherous winds of the high passes with an innate and, honestly, breathtaking skill. They are the silent, feathered kings of this mountain empire, their presence a testament to the enduring wildness of the landscape. They represent a freedom that is pure and absolute. But a new mechanical bird now shares these skies. It is a far more sinister presence. The drone, a product of modern warfare, flies with a quiet, menacing hum. Its purpose not to hunt for sustenance, but for information or for targets. Its flight is not a dance with the wind, but a cold, calculated trajectory programmed by an unseen hand miles away. The eagles, with their sharp senses, are wary of these intruders. They may circle them from a distance, or abandon a hunting ground altogether, disturbed by the unnatural sound and presence. There are now places in the sky where even the eagles dare not fly. This new presence in the air mirrors the new reality on the ground. Freedom of expression has been grounded. The journalists who once dared to question authority have been silenced, their cameras broken, their notebooks confiscated. Many have been arrested or have fled, their voices replaced by the monotonous drone of state-sanctioned propaganda. The airwaves, once a lively forum for debate and political talk shows, now broadcast only sermons and approved messages. The vibrant exchange of ideas, like the eagle's soaring flight, has been curtailed, deemed too dangerous by the new masters of the sky and the land. The suppression is total. Music, art, and drama, the very things that allow a culture to explore its soul, to question its reality, and to dream of its future, have been outlawed. A book written by a woman can be seen as an act of defiance. A song hummed quietly can be an act of rebellion. The creative spirit of a people, once as free and soaring as the eagle, is now forced into hiding. It exists in secret, in whispered poems and hidden paintings, a clandestine art form that risks severe punishment. The sky, once a symbol of limitless possibility, has become a ceiling, a constant reminder of the surveillance from above and the control on the ground. Winter descends upon this land not as a gentle blanket of snow, but as a siege. It is a force of nature that isolates, that tests, that strips life down to its barest essentials. The high passes become impassable, choked with snowdrifts that can be meters deep. Villages are cut off from the outside world for months at a time, thrown back on their own meager resources. The cold is a physical entity, a predator that seeps through the cracks in mud walls and steals the warmth from sleeping bodies. For centuries, survival through the winter has been a measure of a community's foresight and resilience, a shared battle against the elements. This year, the siege feels different. It is not just the cold that bites, but hunger. The failed harvests of the summer and autumn have left storehouses terrifyingly empty. The grain that should have lasted through the long, dark months is already gone. The humanitarian aid that once provided a crucial buffer against starvation is no longer arriving with the same reliability. The borders, often closed, have severed vital supply lines, turning a crisis into a catastrophe. The winter's hunger is a silent, creeping enemy, weakening the old, stunting the growth of the young, and filling every waking moment with a gnawing anxiety. The resilience of the people is being tested to its absolute limit. In the cities, long queues form for bread, men waiting for hours in the biting cold for a few flat loaves to feed their families. In the rural areas, the situation is even more dire. People are forced to burn whatever they can find for warmth: dried shrubs, scraps of plastic, even old shoes. The smoke that rises from the chimneys carries a scent of desperation. The traditional bonds of community, while still strong, are strained by a scarcity so profound that there is simply not enough to share. Every family is an island, fighting its own private battle against the cold and the emptiness in their stomachs. It is in the faces of the children that the toll is most heartbreakingly clear. Their eyes, large and dark, seem to hold a sorrow far beyond their years. Their laughter is gone, replaced by a listless quiet. The energy for play has been consumed by the body's simple, desperate need for fuel. This is the stark reality of the humanitarian crisis. A generation being shaped by deprivation, their potential withering before it has a chance to bloom. The winter will eventually pass, the snows will melt, but the scars of this hunger, both physical and psychological, will linger for a very long time. There is a unique quality to the light in this part of the world. It is sharp and unfiltered, casting deep, dramatic shadows that define the contours of the land. In the early morning, it spills over the eastern peaks like liquid gold, setting the snowcaps ablaze. At midday, it can be harsh and unforgiving, bleaching all color from the landscape. But it is at dusk that the light is most magical. It softens, turning the sky into a canvas of pink, orange, and violet. It is a fleeting, beautiful moment of peace, a time when the land seems to exhale, releasing the heat of the day. This interplay of light and shadow is a powerful metaphor for the state of the nation. There are still moments of breathtaking beauty, of profound peace, of dazzling light. A field of poppies, grown not for illicit trade, but for their simple, defiant beauty, can catch the sun in a way that stops the heart. The intricate tilework of an ancient mosque, spared from destruction, can glow with a celestial blue in the afternoon sun. The genuine warmth and hospitality of an ordinary person, offered despite their own hardship, is a brilliant flash of light in the encroaching darkness. But these moments of light are increasingly veiled. They are viewed through a filter of fear and uncertainty. The beauty of the landscape is overshadowed by the knowledge of the suffering it holds. A walk through a bustling bazaar is tempered by the sight of the enforcers with their whips and rifles, a constant reminder of the fragility of order. The simple act of enjoying a sunset can be interrupted by the sudden wail of a siren, or the distant, unsettling sound of a public announcement from a loudspeaker. The light is always accompanied by its shadow. This is a land of veiled emotions too. Joy is a private affair, hidden behind closed doors. Grief is often silent, for public mourning can be seen as a form of protest. Hope, the most resilient of human emotions, has become a secret, a candle cupped in the hands to protect it from the wind. People have learned to wear masks of neutrality, their faces betraying little of the turmoil within. Their eyes, however, tell a different story. In their depths, one can see the glint of an unbroken spirit, the shadow of a profound sadness, and a flicker of light that refuses to be extinguished. In the end, everything returns to dust. It is the one constant in this ever-changing land. It is the soil of the fields, the substance of the homes, the fine powder that coats every surface after a windstorm. It is the dust of ages, containing the particles of ancient empires, the bones of forgotten armies, and the ashes of countless campfires. It is the physical memory of the land itself. When the wind blows, it lifts this history into the air, swirling it through the valleys and across the plains, a constant reminder of all that has come before. The dust is both the beginning and the end. This persistence mirrors the spirit of the Afghan people. They have been ground down by decades of conflict, by poverty, by foreign invasions, and now by a regime that seeks to suffocate their very soul. Yet they endure. Their resilience is not loud or demonstrative. It is quiet, stubborn, and deeply rooted, like a desert plant that survives on the barest nourishment. It is found in the mother who secretly teaches her daughters to read, in the farmer who coaxes a few vegetables from the parched earth, and in the elder who passes down the old stories, keeping the flame of cultural memory alive. The future is a landscape shrouded in this very dust, its features indistinct and uncertain. The path forward is impossible to see. Will the silence be broken by the return of music and laughter, or by the sounds of renewed conflict? Will the rivers flow freely again, or will the lands turn to desert? Will the light of knowledge and freedom pierce the veil of oppression? These questions hang in the air, as thick and unsettling as the dust after a storm. The only certainty is that the land and its people will remain. To stand here, amidst the silent mountains and the watchful people, is to feel the immense weight of this uncertainty. It is to be awestruck by the raw, savage beauty of the natural world, and simultaneously heartbroken by the human tragedy unfolding within it. The land inspires a deep reverence, while the regime inspires a profound fear. It is a place of dizzying contradictions, of breathtaking vistas and suffocating restrictions. And as the wind picks up, sending another veil of dust across the horizon, one is left with a single lingering thought. The dust will eventually settle, but on what kind of world, no one can say.
In the heart of Southeast Asia, scattered like emerald jewels across the Pacific, lies an archipelago of breathtaking wonder. Welcome, dear friends, to the Philippines, a place where the whispers of ancient earth meet the restless song of the sea. Today, I invite you to embark with me on a journey, venturing beyond the familiar and into the extraordinary, where nature and humanity have shaped a land of profound beauty and deep mystery. As dawn breaks over these islands, light creeps across landscapes sculpted by time and tide. Each destination we explore is a world unto itself, towering cliffs that rise from tranquil waters, fields carved by countless generations, and mountains that seem to touch the very sky. Here, the ordinary dissolves, and the extraordinary reveals itself, if only we have the patience to look and to listen. Let us begin our voyage not with haste, but with wonder, for hidden within these shores are secrets waiting to be uncovered, a tapestry of stone and water, of life and legend, woven together by the hands of nature and the hearts of the Filipino people. Join me as we set forth into the Philippines' most breathtaking destinations, where adventure and awe lie just beyond the horizon. Few places on earth evoke a sense of untouched majesty quite like Palawan. Here, the land rises abruptly from the sea, its limestone cliffs standing sentinel over turquoise lagoons. The sunlight glimmers on waters so clear they seem almost unreal, inviting explorers to lose themselves in a world unspoiled by time. As we glide along these shores, hidden coves and secret beaches reveal themselves, their entrances veiled by overhanging rock and tangled mangroves. In this sanctuary, life thrives in vibrant abundance. Beneath the surface, coral reefs bloom with color, home to a myriad of fish whose movements shimmer like living jewels in the sunlit depths. The call of birds echoes through forests clinging to the cliffs, their songs part of an ancient chorus that predates memory. At every turn, Palawan surprises. A cave entrance, dark and mysterious, beckons the brave to discover what lies within. A lagoon, encircled by jagged stone, offers a silence so profound it feels sacred. This is a place where the world grows quiet, and one can hear the timeless conversation between rock and water. Travelers who venture here often speak of transformation, a sense of being humbled by nature's grandeur. In Palawan, it is easy to imagine oneself as a mere guest, privileged to witness wonders that have endured for millennia. And so, with awe and respect, we linger a moment longer, letting the beauty of Palawan imprint itself upon our memory, before moving on to the next marvel awaiting us in this island nation. High in the Cordillera Mountains, where clouds drift low and the air is cool and pure, the Banaue rice terraces stretch across the hillsides in a breathtaking tapestry. Carved by hand over 2,000 years ago, these terraces are a living monument to human ingenuity, a testament to the harmony that can exist between people and the land. Each step, meticulously shaped by generations of Ifugao farmers, is both art and infrastructure. Rainwater flows down stone-lined channels, nourishing the vibrant green paddies that, in turn, feed entire communities. The terraces cling to impossibly steep slopes, defying gravity and logic, yet standing firm through the centuries. As the sun rises, mist drifts through the valleys, softening the lines of earth and water. The terraces glow with an otherworldly light, golden in the early morning, emerald by midday. It is a sight that stirs the soul, a reminder that greatness is often forged through patience and perseverance. In these heights, tradition endures. The songs of farmers at work mingle with the calls of distant birds. Old stories are passed down with every planting and every harvest. Life here moves to the rhythm of the seasons, measured in cycles older than memory. The Banaue rice terraces are not merely a wonder of agriculture. They are a living heritage, a promise from the past that continues to shape the present and inspire all who walk among these ancient steps to the sky. Bohol's chocolate hills stretch across the landscape like a vision from a dream. Hundreds of perfectly rounded mounds, their symmetry both startling and enigmatic. In the dry season, the grass covering their slopes turns a rich chocolate brown, giving these hills their whimsical name and adding a sense of otherworldly magic to the scene. From the vantage point above, the hills seem to go on forever, each one a silent sentinel in a vast army of Earth. How were they formed? Theories abound. Some speak of ancient coral reefs pushed skyward, others of volcanic activity sculpting the land over eons. Yet the true story remains shrouded in mystery, adding to their allure. As the light shifts throughout the day, shadows dance across the undulating terrain, revealing new patterns and deepening the sense of wonder. Local legends tell of giants and star-crossed lovers, their stories as entwined with the land as the roots beneath the soil. Wandering among the chocolate hills, one feels both small and infinitely curious. There is a sense of stepping into a forgotten world, of secrets kept just out of reach. The wind carries whispers of the past, lending the place an air of gentle suspense. It is in this quiet, mysterious landscape that the imagination takes flight, and we are reminded that nature's greatest marvels are often the ones we cannot fully explain. Far to the east, where the Pacific meets the Philippine Sea, Siargao emerges from the water as a haven for adventurers and dreamers alike. Here, wild waves crash upon the world-famous Cloud9 surf break, drawing surfers from across the globe. The air is thick with salt and anticipation, every swell promising possibility. Yet, Beyond the surf lies a gentler world. Mangrove forests stretch their tangled roots into quiet lagoons, creating sanctuaries for birds, fish, and the tranquil seeker. Kayaks glide silently through emerald corridors, the only sound the whisper of paddles and the occasional call of a kingfisher. Siargao's spirit is one of balance, between the thrill of the untamed ocean and the peace found in hidden inlets. Palm-lined beaches curve along the coast like a welcoming embrace, their sands soft and warm beneath bare feet. Exploring the island, one discovers a mosaic of life fishermen casting nets at dawn, children playing beneath the shade of coconut trees, and travelers pausing to watch the sun dip below the horizon in a riot of color. In Siargao, time seems to slow, inviting us to savor each moment. The rush of the waves, the hush of the mangroves, the laughter carried on the breeze, all become part of the island's gentle song, calling us to experience both adventure and serenity. In the province of Batangas, water and fire meet in a dramatic embrace. Taal volcano rises from the center of a vast crater lake, its silhouette often shrouded in mist and legend. This is a landscape shaped by both violence and beauty, where the Earth's restless heart beats just beneath the surface. Approaching by boat, the volcano appears almost serene, a gentle island floating in the blue expanse. Yet, beneath this calm, lies a potent force. For Taal is among the world's most active volcanoes, its history marked by eruptions that have shaped both land and lore. Climbing the slopes, one is greeted by a mosaic of wildflowers and grasses, their colors softened by the ever-present haze. The air is tinged with the scent of sulfur, a reminder of the power simmering below. At the summit, a crater lake reveals itself, its waters deep and still, hiding stories as old as the land itself. Local tales speak of dragons and spirits dwelling within these depths, their presence felt in the trembling earth and the restless wind. It is a place where myth and reality blur, where every stone seems imbued with ancient memory. To stand on Taal's rim is to witness nature's dual face, tranquil beauty masking untamed force. Here, at the heart of the lake, we are reminded that the world is ever-changing, and that wonder often dwells where danger and serenity meet. In Albay, the land is dominated by a solitary giant, Mayon volcano, its perfect cone rising majestically above the surrounding fields. Few mountains possess such symmetry, their slopes sweeping upward with unbroken grace, crowned by a summit often veiled in cloud. Mayon's beauty is both awe-inspiring and humbling. By day, sunlight glances off its green-clad flanks, illuminating the patchwork of rice fields and coconut groves that spread out below. As dusk falls, the volcano becomes a silhouette against the glowing sky, a silent guardian watching over the land. Stories of Mayon are woven into the fabric of Bicolano culture. Legends tell of star-crossed lovers whose passion shaped the mountain, their love immortalized in stone and fire. Each eruption, while a reminder of nature's might, is also seen as a renewal, an affirmation of life's enduring cycle. The villages at Mayon's feet move to the rhythm of the volcano. Crops are planted and harvested in its shadow, daily life unfolding beneath its watchful gaze. Yet there is always a sense of vigilance, a respect for the power that sleeps within. To gaze upon Mayon is to witness nature's artistry at its most precise and profound. Here, in the shadow of the perfect cone, we find a place where reverence and resilience walk hand in hand. On the northern tip of Palawan, El Nido unveils itself as a realm where stone and sea entwine in a dance of breathtaking beauty. Towering karst cliffs erupt from turquoise waters, their sheer faces cloaked in lush vegetation. The shapes are fantastical, ridges and spires carved by centuries of wind and rain, standing as monuments to time's patient artistry. Between these giants, hidden coves invite the curious to explore. Secret beaches, accessible only by boat or a daring swim, reveal sands untouched by footprints, their solitude broken only by the gentle lapping of waves. Caves and tunnels beckon, their shadows hinting at mysteries yet to be unraveled. Beneath the surface, coral gardens teem with life. Schools of fish dart among the rocks, their colors flashing in the shifting sunlight. Sea turtles glide past, ancient and serene, as if guiding us through their underwater world. El Nido is a place that stirs the imagination. It is easy to picture ancient mariners weaving tales of mermaids and lost treasure, their stories echoing in the wind that whistles through the cliffs. Each new inlet discovered feels like a prize hard won, a secret shared between the land and those who dare to seek it. To journey through El Nido is to surrender to wonder, to let go of the familiar and embrace the unknown, surrounded by nature at its wildest and most beautiful. In the northern reaches of Palawan, Coron is a realm where legends lie hidden beneath the surface. Crystal-clear lakes nestle within jagged limestone cliffs, their waters so pure they reflect the sky with mirror-like clarity. These lakes are silent sanctuaries, their depths concealing secrets that have endured for generations. Perhaps most intriguing of all are the sunken shipwrecks that rest on the seafloor, remnants of a bygone era, now transformed into vibrant reefs. Divers descend into these watery cathedrals, moving through the silent corridors of history, their lights illuminating stories lost to time. Above water, Coron's landscape is equally haunting. The cliffs are sharp and dramatic, their silhouettes stark against the morning light. Hot springs bubble in secluded groves, offering a gentle respite from the world beyond. For the Tagbanwa people, these lakes are sacred, their spirits woven into every ripple and shadow. Local lore speaks of guardians who watch over the water, protecting its purity and its peace. Coron invites us to look deeper, to peer beyond the surface, and to listen for the stories carried by the wind and the waves. Here, in this place of reflection and quiet power, we find that every journey is as much an inward voyage as it is an exploration of the world outside. Far to the north, where the Philippine archipelago meets the open sea, the islands of Batanes rise from the water like a promise. Here, rolling green hills sweep down to dramatic cliffs, their slopes dotted with stone houses built to withstand the might of the wind and the waves. The landscape is stark, yet profoundly beautiful, a place where the sky stretches wide and the horizon seems distant and infinite. The air is brisk and clean, carrying the scent of salt and grass. It is easy to imagine standing at the very edge of the world, the only sound the rush of wind and the distant cry of seabirds. Life in Batanes moves at a different pace. Ivatans, the island's people, live in close harmony with the land, their traditions shaped by both hardship and resilience. Fields of root crops and cattle graze beneath the ever-watchful gaze of lighthouses perched upon lonely promontories. Storms batter these shores with regular ferocity, yet the islands endure, testament to the strength found in community and in nature's unyielding spirit. The cliffs, carved by endless waves, offer a silent reminder of the passage of time and the power of patience. To visit Batanes is to find oneself in a place of reflection, a land that invites contemplation and gratitude, set against a backdrop that is both wild and welcoming. Off the coast of Mindoro, hidden beneath the gentle roll of the sea, lies one of the world's most vibrant marine sanctuaries, Apo Reef. Here, the underwater world bursts with life and color, a coral garden stretching as far as the eye can see. Drifting among the reefs, divers are greeted by a kaleidoscope of coral, branching, plate, and fan, each home to a dazzling array of creatures. Schools of fish move as one, their scales catching the light in shimmering displays. Sea turtles glide past, unhurried and ancient, while reef sharks patrol the shadows with quiet grace. The silence beneath the waves is profound, broken only by the gentle crackle of life at work. Rays of sunlight filter down, illuminating the dance of plankton and the slow sway of sea fans. Every inch of this reef is alive, a testament to the resilience and beauty of nature. Apo Reef is not merely a destination, it is a sanctuary, a place where the world slows to the rhythm of the tides. The serenity here is deep and enveloping, inviting us to pause, to breathe, and to marvel at the intricacies of life beneath the surface. In these waters, we are reminded that the greatest treasures are often those hidden from plain sight, waiting patiently to be discovered by those willing to look a little closer. As our journey draws to a close, I invite you to linger in the memory of these wondrous places. Imagine yourself standing atop a windswept hill in Batanes, feeling the brisk air on your face, or drifting silently above the coral gardens of Apo Reef, the world hushed and awash in color. The Philippines, in all its wild diversity, offers us not just landscapes, but sensations. Wind on skin, salt on lips, sun warming the soul. These islands are more than destinations. They are invitations to pause and to wonder, to listen for the stories whispered by water and stone. Each moment spent in their embrace is a chance to reconnect with nature, with history, and with the spirit of adventure that dwells within us all. Let us carry these sights and sounds in our hearts, the echo of waves, the rustle of fields, the hush of ancient mountains. For in the Philippines, the journey never truly ends. It lives on, wherever we find awe, wherever we seek beauty, and wherever we let the world remind us of its endless capacity for wonder.